Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the Cardano family. Appreciate all the love. Let's take a look at what's happening with the markets as of October 21st, because market is all over the place, and we're going to talk about what's really going on. So you can see across the board, actually starting off Tuesday, we actually started off on a really positive note. The price of Bitcoin was back in the 23.6. Things were looking amazing. But look what happened. Once again, a retracement within the broader market. ADA down about 3.1% over the course of the last 24 hours, with the price currently sitting at 64 cents. Also down 1.2% on the Bitcoin side of things, with the valuation at $23.4 billion and the 24-hour trading volume at 1.4 billion. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So what could it have been? There we have it. New tariff on China will rise to 155% effective November 1st, and this has dragged the broader market down once again. I know a lot of people are probably wondering, well, this happened, so why is the broader market not going down to October 10th type of moves? Clear manipulation ended up happening then, which of course we have already discussed. But let's take a closer look and see how the market is reacting over the last 24 hours since our last update. Shout out to the Cardano family, for showing tremendous amount of love on these daily updates. Keep supporting, and you will see a continuation of these updates. So we saw the dominance spiking up to 60%, just below 60% actually. Again, 60% is a psychological level for the dominance itself as well, and it is a resistance. And you can see for yourself, we came just very, very close to it and saw the dominance once again declining down to 59.61%. But you can see, we're approaching 59.8% once again. So all over the place, as I stated to you guys before. But look at what's happening with Bitcoin. We're going to be taking a very close look at Bitcoin. You can see for yourself, Bitcoin wick. Oh my goodness, guys, this is insane. To talk about volatility, Bitcoin price went up to $114,000, and I'm sure a lot of people are jumping around. I wasn't able to make an update since then. We're covering this after all of this has happened. So last night, we were sitting in below the 23.6. I talked to you guys about how we want to get back to the 23.6, and even yesterday's move into the 23.6 was bare minimum, right? And I indicated that, and that was a clear, fake out, because you saw the price going back down to this key range, and we got supported at the 107. And then you saw this major move starting off, obviously Sunday. What am I saying, guys? Starting off Tuesday, we saw a move of 6.4% for Bitcoin since last night. 6.4%. All wiped out once again. See it for yourself, guys. Literally all gone. All completely gone due to Bitcoin. And this Bitcoin move that we're seeing right now is obviously completely due to, this announcement as well. I believe, again, market has matured itself. Bitcoin wants to, break towards the upside, but market makers are definitely taking advantage of, these tariffs announcements. And that is obviously clearly seen here. But I think, we're getting closer to, the fun side of things, rather than, this boring price action that we actually have been seeing for about a month and a half at this point. And I still do believe that this, this overall 2025 year is going to end off on a positive note. You can see for yourself a 6%, almost a 7% move instantly. People think, oh, October is almost coming to an end. We still have a lot of time. A lot can still end up happening. And I want you guys to understand how we came up to $114,000 in a snap. So, getting back above our confirmation at 117, potentially even back above 120. I'm still not writing it off for this month, but Bitcoin needs to be stable, which we've been discussing, and look at it for yourself. We're back below the 23.6. But taking a look at ADA. So was ADA able to get back up to some of these key levels that we've been talking about? That's exactly what we're going to be taking a look at on the hourly time frame. See for yourself, guys, ADA's price still did not make its way back into the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level, but we got closest this time around. We got up to 68.6%. But again, I want you guys to go back to yesterday's price point. We came down to 63.7%. ADA saw a move of 7.6%. And I know a lot of people are probably wondering, Crypto ZX, Bitcoin saw a 7% move. So wouldn't altcoins, actually go up more? It's due to dominance, guys. Pay very close attention to dominance. Usually, altcoins do go up more than Bitcoin, especially when Bitcoin pumps up, but dominance usually falls in those cases. But this time around, it was a complete opposite. You can see for yourself, dominance actually pumped up and you can see what happened with the altcoins. I'm sorry, altcoins still went up, but altcoins still did not see the outpace in terms of BTC, but still in USD comparative, you can see for yourself, we did see a nice gain for ADA along with a lot of altcoins. But again, speaking about that, all wiped out once again. So now we're being supported by the 64 cents. I know people that are coming new into the space. I actually read one comment yesterday saying, I came into this market since June or July, and it's been ever since it's been red. And welcome to the crypto space, guys. This is part of the game, and I'm sure you guys are really getting to see, what we've been through as, crypto. And I would honestly call myself a crypto pioneer, even though I did not start in 2010, 2011, 2012. Even though I knew about Bitcoin in 2013, I knew what Bitcoin was, but never really paid attention till 2016. Of course, I've highlighted that to you guys about the channel before, but I still think 2016 people that were there are still, the early comers, and we've seen our fair share of things, and, the newcomers are, starting to see that. And again, going back to what I said on the channel, it's not, as easy as a lot of people think. It's not just going to be overnight success. It takes time, and success is not always promised. This is where you need to lock in, do your due diligence, and once you really get dedicated and lock in, I think you will succeed based off of what I've seen. If I can do it, guys, anyone can, but you need to keep in mind, it's a 10-year grind for me. I lost my port, which means portfolio, 2 different times. I've highlighted this on the channel. Like, I lost my port 2 different times making dumb decisions, but over time you learn, and you don't make those same mistakes. And this is why I tell you guys, the biggest one is don't leverage trade. I lost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on leverage trading. I started chasing green candles. It was better off to just hold big utility projects, in my opinion, based off of what I look at now. And I would have been really, really well off. But again, I'm very blessed. I still did really well this bull cycle, and this time I did not make that mistake, and I've shared that obviously on the channel. So again, a little bit of a rant, but very, very informative for you guys to kind of keep that in mind, especially the newcomers coming into space. Never chase the green candles. It's always good to be patient. And as far as ADA is concerned, I like what we're seeing. For the 78.6 is obviously something we want to kind of get into, but we are getting close to it. But right now, Bitcoin needs to find a ground for itself, and then we'll kind of take it from there. Love you all. See you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.